All right. Well, that's a good one. So let's move on to something that's very similar. And have you guys heard of Dry January?
Yes.
Are you guys doing Dry January?
No.
Trey?
I'm not a big drinker, so no. But I know,
me either.
you know what? Actually, our front desk lady, she's doing it.
Lauren?
Yeah.
Oh, is she? Oh, I'm going to have to
is.
ask her about it.
I started my January 1st
I asked Jeff
with
when he was
one.
going to do it. He's like, no. He's like, I'm out.
Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm with Jeff on this one, though. I'm with Jeff on this one. All right. So, with all the New Year's resolutions, one of the biggest ones is Dry January. And so I wanted to do a dive into what are the benefits of Dry January should you want to be so wild as to partake in this crazy endeavor.
I think it's good if you have a problem with alcohol intake.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously if you have a problem with alcohol.
But like if you alcohol is not good for you.
Absolutely not. Although we've done a segment, I hate to go and say that alcohol is actually good for you. There is a lot of data to show that one drink per day has health benefits.
Yes.
The problem is that it
Most
quickly
people
goes
binge
from
drink.
beneficial to to very bad.
Most people will
very
be like,
quick.
oh, I'm on my third drink, better
Yeah.
keep it going.
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of the most trendy things. Like everyone's doing Dry January, and I'm just like, yeah, not interested personally. Like, no offense to
Yeah,
anyone.
January 1st, I was like, Chewies and a margarita.
Yeah, I already failed Dry January at 12:01 a.m. on January 1st. Like, it's over. I guess maybe you could. I told my wife that.
You wake up from.
Yeah, maybe it's the first time you wake up. But anyway, so I'm out personally. But I want to dig into, are there benefits to this? This was actually started in 2013 by the Alcohol Change UK charity and campaign group, and it was kind of interesting. So I dug into the story of Dry January, so you guys can impress your friends at the next cocktail party you go to with this tidbit of information I'm about to lay on you.
Okay.
So this was all started because the girl that works at this Alcohol Change UK group was gonna run a marathon in February, and so for her prep, she said, look, I'm not gonna drink for the month of January.
Yeah.
And then she did that, and then the next month, she did it again. It became kind of a thing, and then the other people in the office started it, and they made this campaign of Dry January, and the thing just exploded from there. So now, next time you guys are at a party and people are talking about how awesome they are because you're doing Dry January, you can totally slam them because you're like, I bet you don't even know how it started.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, yeah, what about that? All right, so enough about that. So what is Dry January? This is a 31-day challenge to abstain from alcohol. And honestly, January is a good time for it. If you look at the data on the holidays, a lot of people binge drink around the holidays. Of course, I mean, you have to put up with family that you may not like. Or
you have all those days off. And
yeah, you get all these days off, you're hanging out at the house, you have to go to these terrible work parties. I mean, no wonder people are drinking. So 50% of men and 40% of women admit to binge drinking over the holidays. So in 2024, so at the end of this past year that just went by, 40% of Americans indicated they were considering decreasing their alcohol intake.
yeah.
Which is an increase from last year by 33%.
I think I'll admit that I don't want to drink as much as I did in December, but I feel like it's just
I mean, everyone drinks a lot in the holidays.
I'm just not like that. I don't drink alcohol during the week.
You know, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The biggest reason that I can limit my drinking is because I don't want to gain weight.
Yeah.
I have total body dysmorphic disorder, and alcohol is pure calories.
Yeah.
So I would look at that drink at home and be like, yeah, I may want that, but also I don't really want the calories.
Are you a tequila and club soda type person?
No, I drink bourbon.
Okay.
I love bourbon. I have an insane bourbon collection. And I go through these phases. So prior to the bourbon, I was a rum guy. I have tons of bottles of old rum. And prior to that, I was Scotch. So that's been my story arc for alcohol. Scotch from bourbon. Anyway, I don't know what's next. Gin maybe. So anyway, we all know that alcohol consumption has significant health risks.
Yeah.
Lots of cancers, liver disease, stroke, heart disease, heart failure, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, and aortic aneurysm. Alcohol is bad for you people. So Dry January is obviously a good thing. So in the past decade, since this group in the UK started Dry January, there's actually been a lot of studies done to see, this is actually helpful, what are the benefits? And in 2022, the Harm Reduction Journal reviewed all of these separate articles and made one big article, a review, to see what's the date on this. And if you want to look it up, it's right there, Harm Reduction Journal 2022. I'll summarize it for you though, so you don't have to go look it up unless you just want to fact check me. So participants were more likely to be female, more likely to be of high social status and also have higher education. Most of them were heavy drinkers. They were mostly concerned about their health, is why they were doing it. Those that were successful, though, were more likely to be the lesser drinkers, meaning the heavier a drinker you are, the less likely you are to be successful in Dry January.
Yeah.
If you're like a casual drinker, it's easier for you. That just makes total sense. Both the successful and unsuccessful participants reported improved sleep, increased energy, they got more exercise, they improved their diet, and they had weight loss.
For sure. Yeah, if you quit drinking, you're
Pretty
always
good.
gonna-
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, hell, I'm home and I can't drink because it's Dry January. I guess I'll go outside and work
You
out.
develop a lot of visceral fat, I believe, from
alcohol. Yeah, I don't know if that's just alcohol and just specifically or.
It's that the beer belly.
Yeah, no, visceral fat's for real. Like that's a
Yeah.
thing. It's much more prevalent in men than women, although women can get it. I was just in my mind ruminating on the concept of, does alcohol give you specifically
I think it
visceral
just
fat?
increases it.
I don't
for
think
you.
it does. I think it's just the calorie intake.
Yeah.
But I may double check that just to be sure. Successful participants of Dry January were more likely to change their drinking habits. Meaning if they were successful, they might be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to drink 6 days a week. I'm just going to drink 4 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, most people I know that do the Dry January thing, it ends up being like for months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like they just are like, I don't really care about it that much. They learn to just be like, eh.
We go out so much. I don't know. It'd be hard. I mean, I've gone stretches. There was, I think 10 years ago, I quit drinking for a whole year. I was like training a lot and I just like I'm going to reset my system. And I literally didn't drink alcohol for an entire year, which is weird because like we're in a wine group, but I still went to wine group. I just didn't drink and it was just kind of awkward, but I was fine with it because I just kind of like awkwardness.
Okay.
but we go out a lot. And so, yeah, it would be weird. I mean,
Yeah.
because we like to go out to dinner and stuff and like, have wine or a cocktail. So my wife and I are personally out on this one. Tips for success. Find a substitute, a non-alcoholic drink. I guess like a near beer or maybe bring, I don't know, like Cokes or something.
My favorite thing to drink whenever I want like a cocktail or like something like a beer is Topo Chico and lime juice.
Oh, nice. So it's
or
kind
like
of a fancy drink, but it's not alcohol.
Yeah. And the rim is
I think I would go with
what's it
coffee.
called?
Like if I was going to say, look, I'm not going to drink for however stretch period of time, but I would drink coffee. I'd buy some like super exotic coffees and I would brew them at my house and drink those instead.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good. What would you drink, Trey?
Ooh, I have no clue.
Okay.
But just because I'm not a big drinker, like I think like alcohol is disgusting. I really think it's nasty. I
Okay.
really think it's nasty.
Right on, man. That's cool. No, I
Yeah.
meant like, what would you drink if you were not going to drink alcohol?
I know it. I
Oh,
don't know.
not sure. Okay,
Maybe
all right.
like juice. I don't
I like
know.
juice. I like orange juice. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Orange
apple
is good.
juice. I'll say
Apple
apple
juice
juice.
is good, too.
I love
Yeah.
apple juice.
I'm a thumbs up on both those. All right, other tips for success.
Sparkling
Avoid
cider.
temptation. Don't keep alcohol in your house, which that'd be hard. We had like an enormous like wine and liquor store.
I used to never buy alcohol. I was like a firm believer of not having alcohol in the house.
Really?
A while ago.
Did not know that about you. I find that hard to believe since we actually met on a pub crawl.
Yeah. Because I just didn't like it. Like
That's a true story,
I didn't
people.
like to be tempted to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna drink this beer instead
Right.
of like just drinking water. Or
I could
something.
see that about you because you were so like dedicated to your workouts and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just was it some moral thing?
No, it wasn't have anything to do with morals. It just had
Had nothing to do with morals.
like being like good or bad person. It was
Yeah.
just the fact that I'm like,
Right. Yeah, if it's there, you can drink it. I
I'm
got
more
you.
of a social drinker. I don't like to sit there and drink by myself.
Create or join support groups. That was one of the things that the study showed, that the people who were successful signed up on the websites and had support
Yeah.
groups. Don't give up. if you slip, just start over, which I don't know. I think that's not the way you should do it. I mean, that's cheating, right?
Yeah,
I'm
but I
just
guess
kidding.
if it's like you go,
you could totally start
if you go
over.
5 days without drinking alcohol and you've never done that before, and then
No,
you
that's an
just,
accomplishment.
yeah, and then you just are like, and you have one day when you
Yeah.
drink something, you just start over. I don't see a
So,
problem.
you know, and then there is one warning. So this is like for real, like we were having fun with this, but for real. If you are a heavy drinker, you do have to be careful about going cold turkey. Alcohol withdrawal is dangerous. So if you're watching this, and we were having fun with it, but if you are a heavy drinker, like it's better to talk to your doctor if you want to cut down. I mean, obviously you can try to cut down.
But you'd have to be like diagnosed with like alcoholism though. Like being
I
an
think so. When I was
alcoholic.
reading the data on how many drinks per day, if you drink daily, I think it was 5 or 6 per day every single day, then it might be dangerous if you just go cold turkey. So yeah, if you're a super heavy drinker, just be careful. I mean, we don't want people going into alcohol withdrawal. But honestly, I like the idea of dry January. I mean, not personally for myself, but I like the concept of it.
Yeah.
I think it's good for people. Like the data shows that that there are health benefits to it.
Yeah, I forget what the thing is if you can do something for an X amount of days, then you can do it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, isn't it like, it's like 60 days or something? Or,
60, wow.
it's not a month.
No, it's longer than that.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't remember the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you can do it this amount of time, then you can do it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, dry January. I think, maybe I'll try it next year. I'll tell you what, if I can get Jeff to do it, I'll do it. What do you think? What do you
Good
think?
luck with that.
Jeff.
We would have to roll the whole bar like out of here, and Jeff would have nothing but like water, and sparkling water, and
I know what your goal can be for your running.
Oh, what's that?
To just run once a week in January. That's all your goal is, just to find
I can
once
totally
a week.
do that. I can 100%
And
do
then
that.
February, do it 2 times. Just keep adding.
yeah.
Okay, sir, I'm going to write this down. I don't have my pen on me, but I'm writing that down. I'm going to do that. All right, we meet back in 2 weeks. I'm going to give you a full report.
You got to run once.
No, twice.
This month. No, this.
Oh, but you mean once per week? Per
Yeah.
month. Yeah, for them. Okay, I can do that.
For January, once a week.
I can do that. All right, I'm gonna make you guys hold me accountable. As if we're gonna do this show at least for one more year, because I'm gonna make you guys hold me accountable this whole year about my running.